name's Catherine, and I'm representing the Environmental Network Cooperation Circle. We're a collection of CC members from across the URI network working on environmental issues, which span anywhere from installing solar panels on the roof of schools in Kolkata, India, to hosting community permaculture classes in Florida, to protesting coal terminals in Oakland. We are working on creating partnerships between environmentally focused folks in the URI network to encourage that work, to create bonds, and to share resources that we have. Join in with our conversation on environmental issues and hear the stories and the inspiring work that's happening in the network.
The Interfaith Observer started in September. September will be your 6th birthday, I guess. The publication came out of a desire to start to share some of the thousands of interfaith stories around the world people aren't hearing about. We have about 10,000 readers. We come out on the 15th of every month.
Basically, we do yoga for under-resourced communities, ranging from children with special needs, rural women, rural youth, and hoping to start working with prison communities.
I represent the Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons. We have 15 people, diplomats, scientists, lawyers, etc. We meet once a month. We've met for the last 7 years. We have a nuclear prayer, which we say every meeting. We have a call to conscience, which describes what we're about. And presently, we're working on an open letter to the URI community about the heightened nuclear risk and threat to the world at this particular moment. So you'll be hearing from us in an open letter, and we hope that you'll take it seriously and get back to us and work with us. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Patrick Cronfley. I'm one of the founders of Unify. Unify organizes global synchronized meditations and days of social action. We now have 10,000 event organizers in over 100 countries that bring their community days together for Earth Day, Peace Day, and World Water Day. We just organized something on International Women's Day. And the next campaign we're organizing is for Syria. We hope that you guys join us.
URI-UN was one of the original founding cooperation circles of both the United Religions Initiative and also the multi-region, since our work is global. And our purpose is to provide a bridge between the United Religions Initiative and the United Nations.
Our job at the UN is to bring your work into the awareness of people at the United Nations and to share the work of the United Nations with you so that you can use United Nations agenda and themes in your programming. The Sustainable Development Goals are the agenda for eradicating poverty and transforming our world for the Agenda 2030. And our focus as a team at the UN is to really bring spirit into the work of the UN in New York and to help excite our network about the work of the UN to incorporate it, because it is a wonderful bridge for bringing international themes to the local level.
Think Peace Media and Communications Network, CC, was founded in 2008 in Mayapur, India at United Religion's first youth-oriented conference. In 2011, we rebranded ourselves as Think Peace International, or TPI for short. Our organization does peace work and peace building through arts and communication programming, where we build collaborative peace initiatives through various peace movements, fostering peace in action. We are artists, educators, and social activists making a difference in the world. We're young, old, black, brown, white, and all the hues in between, different faiths, races, cultures, and genders. We are part of groups and organizations made up of individuals who walk the talk of peace. And I hope that you will go and see all the things that we're doing at thinkpeaceinternational.org.
Hello, everyone. This is Josh Thomas, Executive Director of Kids for Peace. We are an interfaith youth movement that started in Jerusalem 15 years ago by a group of Christian, Jewish, and Muslim, Palestinian, and Israeli families who came together during the time of great violence, believing that religion could be a force that unites them rather than divides them. From those first 12 families back in 2002, Kids for Peace has grown into a community reaching more than 500 youth in the Jerusalem area and another several hundred across our other locations in the United States and Canada and France. And we operate a long-term year-round youth development programs that aim to connect youth from opposite sides of deep social divisions who are experiencing conflict and violence, discrimination, and inequality, give them the opportunity to meet one another face to face, learn about each other's religions, cultures, and daily realities, and then empower them with the skills to be agents of social change. So our youth work in promoting nonviolence, in community organizing that improve their local communities, and also advocacy of political leaders to try and encourage them to build a more just and equitable world. So we're excited to be a new member of URI and to link our interfaith work with youth together with partners from around the world.
The whole purpose or the goals are supporting fellow Indigenous spiritual leaders and communities into reviving their traditions to serve future generations and reintegrate our ecosystems knowledge in combating climate change.
We're excited about our purpose in terms of really helping folks to reconnect to their indigenous spirituality, which connects so very much to the ecosystem and our fight against climate change.
I'm representing Apethon Ministries, and Apethon Ministries is a nonprofit, non-denominational traveling ministry dedicated to awakening peace in the human animal naturally by bringing awareness that we are all part of one animal, which is defined by the original word anima mundi. And this is shared and demonstrated through the teachings of the Golden Rule and the 7 universal laws, which is indigenous to us all, and our active awareness and applying them with nature to honor all aspects of our entire home called Earth.
I'm here representing Caravan, which originated out of Cairo, Egypt. It's an international peace-building arts NGO that focuses on building bridges through the arts between the creeds and cultures of the Middle East and West. We develop initiatives that use the arts as a catalyst to bring people of diverse backgrounds and beliefs closer together toward building sustainable peace. Our current major project is I Am, a global traveling visual arts exhibition featuring 31 acclaimed women artists of Middle Eastern heritage from 12 countries. The exhibition showcases the insights and experiences of Middle Eastern women as they confront issues of culture, religion, and social reality in a rapidly changing world, both in the Middle East and the West. It's a visual celebration of their strengths, achievements, and diverse contributions to society, as well as the role they play as guardians of peace. And if you want some more information, there's lots more of it on our website, on caravan.org.
I'm representing Compassion for Animals CC. Compassion for Animals is dedicated to creating cultures of peace, justice, and healing for all living beings. This includes humans and the Earth's diverse living ecosystems. Our major focus is advocating a vegan lifestyle free of all animal products and exploitation. The reasons are many. In addition to dramatically reducing the suffering of non-human species, a vegan way of life promotes human health, makes ending world hunger achievable, protects biodiversity and the natural environment, and eliminates the need for dehumanizing jobs in animal agriculture.
I'm from Dr. Chidi Singh, Science and Spirituality CC. It is established in memory of illustrious scientist Saint Dr. Chidi Singh. He is one of the founding members of URI and a well-known scientist saint who worked for faith cooperation and science-religion dialogue. What we do is we dialogue with many scientists and religious leaders and many Nobel laureates, and we publish the dialogue in the form of books and videos.
I'm here actually today to talk about the Earth Wisdom MCC, and also known as MCC Multiregional Sabiduría de Nuestra Madre Tierra. Spirituality in the Earth started as a way in the multi-region for people from all over the world who were interested in nature, spirituality, and indigenous traditions to come together and talk. As the URI grew and as we had more and more communication around the world, there were CCs that already existed that wanted to do the same thing. In 2011, several CCs came together to form an MCC in the multi-region, and that was Amaru in Peru, the Movimiento Ecumenico Interreligioso de Pueblos Indígenas in Bolivia, CUNA in Argentina, who are all in the Latin American and Caribbean region, Spirituality in the Earth in the multi-region, and the Rainbow CC and the Women's Welfare and Rehabilitation CC in India. That's where all our members are. So you could see there really couldn't be anything other than multi-regional. So we exist partly as a dream and partly as a reality. That's because the issues of communication around the world and the issues of translation are huge. Because we use computers so much to talk to each other, we assume everyone can do that. And we find that in a lot of parts of the world, not only do people not have easy access to computers, but if they do, their power is not reliable. And when we can actually meet face-to-face is when we're able to really have communication. I really believe that MCCs in the multi-region with local CCs in the regions around the world are the future of the multi-region.
Global Family for Love and Peace is headquartered in New York City, and we work very closely with URI at the United Nations and the wonderful Deborah and Monica. Our focus now is on programs for the International Day of Peace, the week of dialogue, in which we encourage people from around the world to hold local dialogues in support of the United Nations International Day of Peace. And our two specific projects this year, the Buddhist Muslim Youth Dialogue, Global Family for Love and Peace, for 12 years has hosted Buddhist Muslim dialogues around the world. And the other program is the Poetry Slam for Peace.
A little bit about global healing. Our mission is to provide education on the development and implementation of the call for global healing, which was adopted in 1992, also as one of the original MCCs, to foster ethical imperatives for sustainable development.
The purpose of our cooperation circle is to utilize these platforms to practice and promote the golden rule throughout the world. So these are the key rules from different religions, from our sacred texts. And these are important because they help guide us to create a better world, to be better people. And so we're promoting these as a guiding principle of life and as a means to promote the culture of peace and interfaith harmony.
Hello, I'm from the Global Interfaith Wash Alliance. And right now here in India, we are preparing for a very big summit of leaders from different backgrounds, including faith leaders from different religions, political leaders, social activists, representatives from the corporate world, from the CSR foundations, and people from all walks of life coming together to pledge for universal access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. That is the purpose for which the Global Interfaith Wash Alliance is formed.
Global Youth Ambassadors CC is in a transition moment. It was set up by alumni of a program called the Youth Ambassadors Program, which we've run out of the Global Support Office for many years, growing young leaders around the world, training them to be interfaith leaders in the URI network.
Primarily, our interest from our last gathering centered around the environment, around establishing a seed bank for seeds that are plants that are important in Indigenous rites and ceremonies, particularly for healing, individual and globally as well. We also talked about the doctrine of discovery and its impact on Indigenous communities worldwide, and as an issue and a concern to have that an apology so that that can be no longer rooted in the perception of Indigenous cultures and people around the world.
We work collaboratively to feed homeless people who, of course, come from all walks of life. We work together with other religious organizations, with churches and synagogues, as well as feed the homeless who, again, as I mentioned, come from different walks of life.
My name is Huma, and I'm representing La Villa de Arcia, which means the House of Clay. My husband and I created this organization motivated by our own personal lives. I happen to be Muslim and he happens to be Jewish, and through our own marriage, we were able to see how many things we have alike versus all the things that we have different. And we realized that much of the conflict that exists in the world has to do with competing for limited resources. And we decided to move to Costa Rica. So on our property that we have here in Costa Rica, we want to facilitate workshops in sustainable living, permaculture, ecological building, literally from the earth and straw traditional style, and securing water. And these basic things, food, water, and shelter, is what we all need.
My name is Karen, and I represent the LGBTQ-CC. We come together to bring the community together from around the world. We meet on the phone. We have monthly calls. We have recently had two groups that we've been interested in to come and to partner with us. One of them is called Free to Be, which is a group that works with young LGBTQ youths for counseling and after-school programs. And the other one was PFLAG, which is Parents and Family of Lesbian and Gay. They come together to be in support of the LGBTQ community. I'm really thankful to know that we have a representation in the URI family.
from Alexandria, Egypt. I'm talking today about our initiative. It's about a community radio. It's called Radiotron. We initiated this project in 2011, and it's more about spreading the word of a local community, especially after the revolution in Egypt in 2011. We were talking more about our local problems concerning empowering women, youth, and development, and also art and culture.